Welcome in to One and Only Horror Reviews, where I force feed your sorry ass the only review you're gonna need. Today we're gonna be covering Resident Evil's Netflix series, episode number 5, titled Home Movies. You know, I have never had so much to say, but yet not that much to say at the same time. And this episode is primarily flashbacks in 2022, so you know what? Let's jump in. So Albert Wesker is called back into the lab by Evelyn. She's telling him to beat the fuck out of that Tijuana investigator, who I now know his name. It's Ant Hill Jermaine Rubio or some shit like that. Wait, Ant Hill, what now?
His name is Angel Hernan Rubio.
Yeah, him. So anyway, Evelyn wants Albert to beat the fuck out of him, and she tells him, we need to see the old Albert. Interesting. Doesn't look like Albert is gonna do it until fucking Anthill tells him, hey, you know what? I know your daughters. Oh yeah, haha, ass whooping time, son. So now we go back to the house where Billy and Jade are standing around waiting for Albert to come home. And Jade, she's fucked up in the head at this point. In more ways than one, you know what I'm saying? In regards to all the shit that Anthill was telling them in the previous episode. So what do? They're gonna go snooping around Albert's room looking for birth certificates or any kind of proof that they exist. Jade ends up finding this super secret laptop, which, by the way, is just laying under Albert's bed. He's got like this much fucking clearance. It's right fucking there. It got a goddamn fucking beacon just shining around it going, hey, look at this right here. So easy to see. Worst hiding spot ever, Albert Wesker. Jade ends up FaceTiming Simon so he can help her crack into the laptop. And you know what? I gotta bring up how much of a cock block Billy is in this episode. There is some super light flirting going on here. I'm talking about it's very, very light. Hardly any flirting at all, but Billy's like, oh God, you're so gross. Oh my God. Billy, just shut the fuck up. It's not that big of a goddamn deal.
Gross.
I'm convinced that Billy is the worst wingman ever. I've really kept social media reactions to this series out of my reviews, and for the most part, I am gonna do that. But I gotta bring up a little something right here, just really quick. Pretty much the rest of this episode is Billy and Jade solving puzzles to break into Albert's secret lab. I have read post after post, article after article, tweet after motherfucking tweet about how unfaithful this series is to the Resident Evil universe lore, whatever. Motherfucker, we just watched a full-on puzzle searching scenario. We even got these motherfuckers to play Moonlight Sonata to pop up a little key and have shit go on. Motherfucker, there's actually puzzle fucking figuring out it going on in this episode. How much more Resident Evil fucking shit do you want? I'm not saying it was perfect. I'm not saying it was the greatest thing ever. But in my opinion, I think they actually pulled it off quite well in this episode. I can't think of any other live action Resident Evil movie series, whatever, that has actually done it, at least has done it as well as this series did. In my opinion, of course. Could it have been better? Like I said, yes, it could have. Could it have had less crying throughout it? I fucking hope so. But overall, I think it was pretty decent. I was looking forward to see what clue they were gonna find next, where the next clue that they found, where it would lead. I was invested. And I also want to say real quick to the people out there who say, oh, Resident Evil 1 can't be redone as a live action series. Ironically, they're the people that fucking hate this series, but this kind of helps prove their point where I think this shows you can include some puzzles, not fucking full-blown puzzles, but you can actually include puzzles that can keep people interested. This series did that. So if you would shut up a minute, maybe you would see that this is actually helping out the fucking shit that you actually want to fucking see, which is a word for word, shot for shot, Jill Sandwich, fucking jerking off on a motherfucker's Jill Sandwich, fucking emblems, keys, Moonlight Sonatas, everything. This actually helps that argument. And if you watch this and you didn't like the puzzle solving, well then fuck you then. Back to the review. I just wanted to get that out there. Get it off my chest. Alright, I think I hit the mic, whatever. I'll need to get it off my chest. So let's look at all the takeaways that happened during this puzzle search. When they finally did get access to the laptop, Simon's reading through some of the emails, and he brings up William fucking Birkin.
A lot of stuff by some guy named William Birkin.
You fucking heard me, right? Yes, we don't get to see him, but the fact that Albert still has emails from William Birkin, who we all know he worked very close with in the Resident Evil series, That is some cool shit. I know it's just a little nod, but hey, I like nuggets from time to time. The next major reveal is when Billy and Jade actually get down into the basement lab and they find the box that says RC 1998 Raccoon City. They pop in one of the DVDs now. Did they have DVDs in 1998? I don't know. Maybe they burned a copy of some VHS. I don't know. Anyway, the DVD reads, Lisa. Are you shitting me? Are we talking Lisa Trevor right now? Though with this awesome reveal, we do see a couple question marks. We see Albert Wesker's hand, we see his arm, we hear his voice. And that's not the Albert Wesker we know. That was actually back in 1998. That's the actor Lance Riddick's voice, and something's not quite adding up here. Now, of course, we only see this little clip. Then Lisa fucking Eyeball shows up. Billy shuts the fucking video off, so we don't really know exactly what's going on here. I don't really know how to feel because on one hand we get awesome references. We got Lisa Trevor, we got William Birkin, but then we have this different version of Albert Wesker who, by the way, 1998, if you saw, he's already wearing that fucking black trench coat that we don't see all the way till Resident Evil 5. That shit's what, like fucking 11 years later. But right now, I am not gonna freak out about it. I am a little worried, but we might get a perfectly good explanation. So I'm not freaking out yet. Jade was being pretty annoying this episode, and she's gonna end up unplugging the laptop to go fucking turn their dad in, turn Umbrella in. I guess that was her plan. Anyway, fucking self-destruct comes on. The room is about to burn. Everything in the lab is destroyed somehow. Of course, Billy and Jade survive. The fire gets put out, and then in comes Albert Wesker. Somebody gonna get their ass beat. He's pretty pissed off, I think rightfully so, and talks to Jade the same way I'm gonna talk to my kids.
I'm your fucking father, and you do what you're fucking told!
Yeah, that's right, motherfucker, yeah. Stay fucking down, bitch. Oh, anyway, and then Billy ends up blindsiding him, takes him out with a little fucking, I don't know, cookie sheet. I don't know what it was. While he's knocked out, they end up handcuffing him into the chair that he had ready for Billy earlier on. There's a lot of questioning going on. We're getting a little bit of details here and there. And he actually tells them that in the little Lisa clip, the 1998 clip, he says, that wasn't me. Oh, man, that's interesting right there. And then he tells them he needs to go take care of the Tijuana investigator. We're talking Anthill. And they get all fucking weird about it. Motherfucker, he's trying to save you. Why aren't you getting this? Oh, and I feel like we gotta pause for a second and address the fact that two little teenagers knocked Albert Wesker out and handcuffed him into a chair, locking him up. I mean, what the fuck, bro? One of the last points of interest in their little back and forth conversation is the fact that he tells them that he genetically affected their embryos, their fucking sperm. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he somehow changed them somehow and made them strong. Kind of gave them superpowers, but not, over the top. He himself, though, is surprised that Billy is not turning into a goddamn zombie. Something is happening with her and the T-virus. And that kind of does it for the flashback stuff. If you remember at the end of the last episode, Jade escaped the Brotherhood tunnel. Spotlight came down, and in comes Umbrella. Okay, so while they're standing there, Jade's being held. One of the guards pulls the helmet off. I mean, it's kind of obvious this was going to happen. Yes, it's adult Billy. I'm just hoping I don't hate adult Billy just as much as I hate young Billy.
Hi, sis.
Well, shit, that was a cringe-ass line. God damn it, I'm gonna hate her. But wait a minute, I mean, everything Mr. Baxter was saying was cringe as fuck, so...
Just call me the master of unlocking.
Maybe that's just how Umbrella rolls in the present. I'm kind of torn on how I want to rate this episode because while I did like the, throw-ins of William Birkin, Moonlight Sonata, Lisa Trevor, and overall good puzzle finding stuff. By the way, that's why I didn't have a lot more to talk about this episode because most of this episode, the majority, is them going through solving stuff with this puzzle. Not a lot to talk about when it comes to that. I just did enjoy it. But I am just very hesitant on what is going on with Albert Wesker because I was just hoping somehow, some way, something going on. This is not just gonna be the Wesker that died in the volcano earlier. Somehow he survived. But then they showed that flashback. That was his voice. That was his hand. That was the fucking trench coat from Resident Evil 5. So I'm I'm starting to get a little worried. I just don't know what the fuck is going on, but overall, I didn't hate this episode. It was around a little bit better than the middle of the pack, so I'm gonna rate this 6 out of 10. Lisa Travers. I think it was kind of close to a 7, but it just didn't quite get there for me. In my previous reviews, I have complained a little bit about this not feeling Resident Evil-ish. Just barely. But this episode, with the thrill of the hunt, with the solving the puzzles, with finding out these other elements going in, definitely tying us in, to me, this episode was the most Resident Evil feeling of any of the episodes so far. Throughout these reviews, keep in mind, I have been pretty high on the series so far, definitely compared to everybody else, but I have been praising quite a bit. But things can change very easily. 1 or 2 things, especially revolving around Albert Wesker, that I'm worried about. I'm getting the fucking goosebumps coming up my fucking ass crack. That's a little bit from the sweat in this jacket, but also because I'm afraid at what they're gonna do with Wesker here. But what I'm saying is things can fucking go downhill quickly. I'm fucking hoping they don't. I'm hoping we stay the course, there's some good explanations, and we keep it going. That is it for now. We are over halfway through this series, and I am very much anticipating going on and finishing this bad boy. I'm interested. I'm hooked. I want to see where it leads and what happens here. So, that is it for now. Join me. Episode number 6 review coming up after this one. It's coming soon. As soon as I get my sorry fucking slow ass down and watch it and edit it and film it and fucking jerk off. No, see ya on the next One and Only Horror Reviews.